Motivation is celebrated like a superpower. Everyone talks about it, writes about it, shares quotes about it, and chases it every single day. Get motivated, they say. Stay motivated, they say. But here's the truth that no one really tells you. Motivation is unreliable. It is fleeting. It is a spark, not a fire. It is temporary excitement, not permanent transformation. The dark side of motivation is that it can trick you, mislead you, and even make you dependent on feeling inspired instead of actually doing the work that matters. Most people think motivation is the answer to their problems. They believe that if they wake up inspired, they will succeed effortlessly. They wait for that rush of energy, that moment when everything clicks, that surge that makes them feel unstoppable. And for a while, it works. You feel productive. You feel alive. You feel like you can conquer the world. But motivation is a visitor, not a resident. It comes and goes like clouds over the sun. And when it leaves, you are left exposed, unprepared, and suddenly fragile. One day you feel unstoppable. The next day, you can't even get out of bed. That unpredictability is motivation's hidden trap, making you believe you can rely on something that will inevitably fade. The danger is dependence. When we rely solely on motivation, we set ourselves up for failure because the real world rarely offers consistent bursts of inspiration. Deadlines don't wait for motivation, responsibilities don't pause for motivation, and progress doesn't happen only when you feel excited. Smart, disciplined people understand that action is not always emotional. Action is a choice. Action is a decision. Motivation is a mood, but success is a habit, and habits, unlike motivation, endure. They build silently while emotions fluctuate. They grow roots when motivation disappears. Yet most people confuse bursts of enthusiasm with real work, and the result is stagnation disguised as progress. Another dark side is that motivation can give a false sense of accomplishment. You feel energized watching motivational videos, reading quotes, and listening to podcasts. You feel like something is happening inside you, but unless you act, all of that energy is wasted. You may spend hours preparing to work instead of actually working. Motivation becomes entertainment rather than a tool. It can feed procrastination under the disguise of preparation. The more you chase feeling motivated, the further you drift from real results. Some of the busiest people spend more time consuming motivation than creating, and by the end of the week, nothing tangible has been accomplished. The illusion of productivity feels good, but it is a mirage. Motivation can also make you dependent on extremes. You think you need the perfect environment, the perfect timing, the perfect playlist, or the perfect mindset to get started. You wait for that rush to appear, and in doing so, you surrender control over your life. The truth is, you rarely feel like it when it matters most. Motivation rarely knocks on the door when there is pressure, pain, or discomfort, and that is exactly when you must act anyway. Real growth, real success, and real achievement happen when you act despite feeling unmotivated. The quiet, unseen labor, the hours nobody notices, builds the foundation that bursts of motivation cannot. The dark side of motivation extends even further. It can blind you to consistency. Motivation is loud, flashy, and emotional. Habits are quiet, repetitive, and often boring. Yet habits compound over time, producing results that motivation alone cannot achieve. The person who shows up every day, regardless of mood, is far more successful than the one who waits for bursts of inspiration. Motivation will light a spark, but only discipline will keep the flame burning. Long-term success isn't found in peaks of excitement. It's found in the valleys of daily effort, repetition, and persistence. Another danger is comparison. Motivational content often glorifies success, achievement, and extraordinary results. Watching it can make you feel inadequate, pressured, or guilty. You see someone else's success and think you should feel the same way every day. Motivation becomes a mirror reflecting what you lack instead of a tool to move forward. It can create anxiety, stress, and self-doubt when your reality does not match the ideal you see online. Many people scroll endlessly for inspiration, yet with every scroll, they feel smaller, less capable, and behind in life. Motivation, in this way, can become a subtle form of psychological sabotage. Motivation can also encourage chasing short-term highs instead of long-term consistency. You feel excited about a new diet, a new project, or a new goal. The initial excitement fuels intense effort, but when the rush fades, the work often collapses. You may start 10 projects, chase 20 goals, and pursue countless motivational moments without completing any of them. Motivation encourages a cycle of beginnings without endings. You experience more starts than finishes, more ideas than outcomes. The dark truth is, motivation is addictive because it makes you feel like progress is happening, even when it isn't. Another dark side is dependency on external validation. Motivational content often tells you to push harder or be unstoppable, but it can subtly make you crave approval. Likes, shares, comments, or recognition become a substitute for genuine internal drive. Instead of building self-discipline, you rely on the adrenaline of praise or external affirmation. Motivation can make you a performer rather than a producer of results. You can spend your life seeking applause while quietly ignoring the work that actually matters, mistaking admiration for achievement. Even more dangerously, motivation can make you ignore the reality of pain, failure, and struggle. It can make you believe that if you feel enough, everything will work out. But life is not always glamorous or inspiring. Success requires discomfort, grit, and resilience. Motivation cannot carry you through failure, rejection, or hard work. It can only give you a temporary high. Without habits, strategy, and discipline, motivation is powerless. The quiet grind, the unseen repetition, the long nights, and the hard mornings, these are where results are truly built. Motivation is rarely present in those moments. The solution is to understand the role of motivation without surrendering to it. Treat motivation as a spark, not a lifeline. Use it to ignite action, but don't wait for it to sustain you. Build systems, routines, and habits that function independently of how you feel. Decide to act when tired, bored, or uninspired. Decide to work when your brain resists. Decide to persist when motivation has left the building. That is where true growth lives. Your habits do not care about your mood. Your consistency does not negotiate with your feelings. Your results are born in the discipline that outlasts fleeting emotions. Motivation can inspire you to start, but it cannot make you finish. It can excite you to dream, but it cannot make you act consistently. The dark side of motivation is seductive because it makes you feel alive without demanding real effort. It feels good to feel motivated, but feeling motivated is not enough to create impact, wealth, health, or progress. You need systems, not sparks. You need action, not feelings. You need persistence, not mood swings. Discipline, consistency, and resilience are the antidotes. They do not rely on emotion. They do not depend on inspiration. They thrive quietly, steadily, and relentlessly. When motivation disappears, they carry you forward. When excitement fades, they endure. When fear and pain appear, they persist. That is the power that motivation alone can never provide. The quiet work done when no one is watching, the repeated disciplined effort, that is what creates legends, wealth, and mastery. So the next time you chase motivation, remember, it is not the goal. Action is. Habits are. Discipline is. And if you rely only on motivation, you may feel energized, entertained, and inspired, but you will not succeed. Motivation is not the hero of your story. You are. Your choices, your actions, your persistence, that is what shapes your life. The dark side of motivation is real, and it quietly sabotages those who misunderstand it. But once you see it for what it is, you are free. Free to act without feeling like you must first feel motivated. Free to build systems that work even when you don't feel like it. Free to create results that outlast fleeting emotions. Motivation can light the flame, but you are the one who must feed it, protect it, and carry it through the storms of life. Without that understanding, motivation becomes a beautiful trap, a temporary high that leaves you empty when the real work begins. So the next time you chase motivation, remember, it is not the goal. Action is. Habits are. Discipline is. And if you rely only on motivation, you may feel energized, entertained, and inspired, but you will not succeed. Motivation is not the hero of your story. You are. Your choices, your actions, your persistence, that is what shapes your life. Your future self will thank you not for feeling inspired today, but for showing up, grinding, acting, and persisting even when the spark of motivation is gone. And that is the side of motivation no one talks about. The truth that action beats feeling, and discipline beats emotion every single time.